It's the Daily Dog.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for being with me for another edition of the Daily Doug. I am happy that you're here today because this is going to be a first reaction to a brand new band or musical group for me today. For weeks, I have had people on every single one of my reaction videos saying, listen, if you know your shit, you gotta listen to Ayreon. It's a group called Ayreon. It is led by a Dutch musician named Arjen Anthony Lucassen. I have no frame of reference for this. I have not heard of this musician. Looks like he's been around and active and quite successful for a very long time. So I am late to the party, and I am thankful for all of you who have posted and commented on my channel telling me that I gotta check these guys out. I have finally gotten to it. And the song that everybody is saying that I have to look at is a song called The Day That the World Breaks Down. And so that's what we've got. I have pulled the video from Mr. Lucassen's YouTube channel, and it looks like a neat video. I've spot checked it in a couple places. It looks and sounds quite fascinating. So off we go. I will say this. I do have the lyrics pulled up because there looks like there are roles to be played by different singers. So this may be theatrical, it may be storytelling time, I'm not sure. But let's get right into it, shall we? This is Ayreon, The Day That the World Breaks Down. Here we go. Love the font. That's cool. The day the world breaks down. Interactive. This is fun. Okay. First track. 11 singers.
So deafening as the stillness surrounds us. A rush of fear is surging through our veins.
Ooh. Leading tone back to C minor.
Shadow so menacing
Mixed really cool. Sounds great.
darkens our horizon. What have we done? Is this the end?
Aha.
When death descends.
Oh, that's cool. They're giving it away because he's playing an E minor chord. If you look at his hands on the keyboards there, that's really interesting. I'm looking at the lyrics and it says, "Is this the end when death descends?" And they're on an E flat chord and it resolves up to E minor at the same time. This guy's got wit already to this, or dichotomy. I really think that it's these little things that pop out to me. It's like, okay, point of view, internal tricks, internal points of view. It's really neat. And it looks like we got a flute coming in. Cool. They started in G, but they're kind of all over the place. I love the inclusion of the orchestral instruments along with the metal instruments. And it's really neat to mic them individually. That helps them to be mixed with the rest of the group and have a nice prominent role to play. I just can't get over the visuals of how sophisticated these visuals are, as well as the music. It's quite astounding. This is fascinating so far. I wish I've had more time to really play with all the synthesizer settings. I really haven't had a bunch of exposure to that. It is heavy. I was gonna say, it sounds like D, so he's got drop D tuning. Yeah, they're getting outside of my realm of knowing what the actual all the nerdy tech stuff. The tech stuff is where I'm lacking, so that's where I can definitely learn. I've been taught how it all works and how it all is put together, but the new technological ways that we can make these sounds is something that I haven't had as much exposure to over the years, and it's lacking for sure. So maybe now's the time to start doing some more of that. New singer, the opposition leader. Great sound. Halftime. So they've had a chemist, and this is the counselor. It's different types of occupations of leaders in different sectors of a community. That's an interesting way to go to this. They're not really named. They're just representing different perspectives on how society should run and respond, in this case, to danger and the future calamity, right? Cool stuff. This guy can sing. Yeah. This guy would be the prophet. He's like, listen to me, listen. Cool. That's impressive. Yeah, I love guitars with organ. Cool stuff. The galloping bass makes him think of Maiden. That's funny. I was going to say, during the pandemic, we've gotten used to, as musicians, doing individual recordings and then submitting them or sharing them, and then an engineer or an editor puts them all together and makes a cohesive performance. This looks like he's doing this, it's back in 2017. So even before we had to resort to doing that to continue to make new recordings during the pandemic, he's making it sound great and involving people from, looks like, all over the world. This is cool stuff. Galloping bass part makes me think of Maiden. I have no idea what he's referring to. Moment. Anyway, here we go.
I always knew this would happen. Not many believed in my cause.
I stole my hat.
They will all turn to me now. I'm sure I am the only one who can save us from this fate.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Sounds like Iron Maiden, right?
I always knew they would need me. Not many showed faith in my plans. I'm sure they will send to me now.
Matt's respect too for the linen New York City shirt. So much. Wow. Wow. You know, it's I'm getting a sense of who this guy is. It sounds a little bit like, like old school 70s progressive bands, especially with the organ in there, mixed with like Genesis and Judas Priest and like Inagata-Devita stuff, and then stuff like Queen. This, like the Starblade stuff, that sounds like that's right out of Queen repertoire. It's really quite an astonishing I don't know, just synthesis of all these different approaches to making music, from classical instruments to synthesizers to progressive stuff, all this sort of thing. I'm enjoying the hell out of this, and we're only halfway through, so buckle up. I'm going to back up about 10 seconds, and we're going to keep going. It's like the Prog Jacob Collier. That arranges, writes everything, and plays most of the instruments and gets some help from some friends. The chord progressions are out of this world, too. Half cadence in D. That's so cool. How did this guy do that? Is that binary? Yeah. Wow. Most of this, it's hard to tell. It's like he started in G and then he ended up in like B minor. I think the cello's been overpowered a little bit. He said at the beginning how he likes it. Okay. minor. A. Why not? We've heard everything else.
I must have been blind. I mean, it should have been.
Is he the guy from Symphony X?
Straight out of my
Yeah.
mind.
I have listened to one of their songs on the channel.
The sounds were strong. I know I was wrong. I know they will hate me now. Ooh, but I will come clean and destroy this.
Kind of around B minor, it sounds like.
This is not over. Not as long as we're alive.
It's a D major, but it starts on the 4-chord G.
Yes, we will make it.
Yeah, who knows anymore? Quite frankly, who cares? This is cool.
This is not over. As a race we must survive.
I'm impressed with all of these singers.
Lost this bridge together.
Love the Fender Rhodes sound on the keyboard in the back.
We're losing this fight, and yes, we got ourselves to blame. I guess it seems right in the mind of a cold machine. I'll fix every flaw, I'll break every law, I'll tear up the rule book if that's what it takes. You will see, I will crush this cold machine.
Okay, so the president wants to lead the fight.
I am sure we'll find a way out of this
Back to relative major
situation.
ish.
This is not over, even if it all seems hopeless. For in the end, we'll cross this
This is epic, y'all. I'm really enjoying it. Does he never play live? Back to some synths. Sounds like a reprise of some stuff from before. Hey! Save the best for last. Back to B minor. A lot of the stuff, the instrumental breaks have kind of been around B. That's like the Matrix stuff. This is so interesting, y'all. How have I missed this for so many years? It's really interesting. Is this it? Is this just kind of fade out? It's got 18 more seconds of this. Yeah, it looks like it just kind of fades out like that with the wind sounds. Totally interesting. Major kudos. Major kudos. I am very impressed by that. Holy crap, y'all. Thanks, yeah. Thanks for keeping on me, because yeah, I needed to hear that. I need to hear more of that. It's really interesting. It's when the chords move so fast like that, it's hard for me to try to follow them. When the chords are moving like every few seconds, and you can kind of get your sense and your bearing on them, then it's easier to keep up. But when they're going bang, 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 and they're just moving very quickly in odd, I wouldn't say odd, unconventional ways, it makes it quite difficult for me to follow. Again, I do not have perfect pitch. I'm just relying on relative pitch and just hearing progressions that I've defined in a certain way for so many years and going, oh yeah, that's what that is. Oh yeah, that's what that is. It's been a helpful skill to cultivate, because as a composer, if you hear something in your head and you're not sure of what it is, then it's really discouraging to try to write it down when you have no idea how to write it down. So that's been a skill that I have needed to cultivate for many years, and it's gotten easier and easier, or I've gotten more adept at it over the years. I need to listen to more of this. This strikes me as like metal operatic repertoire, much better than Andrew Lloyd Webber could have ever thought about writing a rock opera. For the record, I mean, I would rather hear a rock opera by this guy than anybody else that I've ever heard. So quite frankly, wonderful stuff. Let me know what's next. What should I do next by Ayreon, and keep on me on it. Again, thanks to all of you for the suggestions and for being with me, and we'll keep doing these. We'll be back soon with another edition of the Daily Doug.